go through most of the stuff. Okay, good. So this is what it's going to look like today. I'm going to share just a quick overview of some of the key strategies we want to look at this year for our tenure. And then for those officers that are in charge now, it's going to be as minimal as possible so that we can cover as much as we can during this period. And then we're going to set the foundation for the next officer group that will take over from that point. I'll spend some time going through all the committees overview. I know some people don't even know all the committees that are there. So we'll try and touch on the key ones and then all the other ones that are available for everyone to join so that they can be more involved and engaged with us. Because I know some people come to me and go like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't know which committee to join, who I need to contact and all that. So we have some of the committee officers on the call. So they would answer most of our questions when we go to the member engagement and then the comment section. And afterwards, we'll just have some few minutes to do other businesses, and then we'll share the activities that are coming in the next few days and weeks so that those that want to join and those that have the opportunity to join can join in. So we're going to go through the part that I have to present. I'm going to spend at least 2 minutes on each of the pages for each of the committees. So these are the committees that we have: the membership, the special projects. The special projects is new. So we'll spend a bit of time there to talk through what their mandate is. And then we will give the opportunity for everyone who wants to volunteer and join in to join in. So we'll let their head also share some comment in there when we get there. We'll go through the projects, the treasury, the diversity and inclusion, and we'll go through the career guidance, scholarships, and then all the other bits, the YP, the comms, the student liaison academic, and then the secretariat. I know a lot of people don't know what the secretariat does, but we'll try and cover that part as well. And then some of the things that they are there to do for us as a group, because they're very key for us. And that's, they have a project in there from the special projects team that will look after them as well, so that we can have a central point for everything, because we have an issue with a lot of key documents sitting on people's personal stuff and all that. We want to try and centralize everything. So we'll talk about that side. And it's all the exciting work they have planned for themselves this year. So for those that don't know your officers, these are your officers. So we have Sheena as the director for the Ghana section. You have myself that looks after the section. And then we have James and then Joseph, they look after, and then Alex, they look after the programs. So what we're doing now, they would look after it. And basically, any program that needs to be organized and all that has to go to them. We keep a master sheet of that. We have the secretariat that's headed by Leo, and then we have Dorothy and then Frida, who support him on that. We have the membership that's headed by Yao, and then we have Daniel and looking after that with him. So Daniel's on the call to answer a few questions on that side when we get to that point. We have Fifi, who looks after the special projects. We'll give him a chance to talk about a few things once we get to the slide. There's a key part, because the committee is a bit new, not a bit, it is new. And then they have quite a big mandate. They would need the support of everyone. So we'll give the opportunity to share something with us when we get to that part. So he'll be supported by Obed and then Clement. And then they've already hit the ground running. So there's a lot of exciting things that they're doing now, and then they'll share it with us. So we have Cypern and then Terry looking after the treasury. We'll talk about that later on. There's a few things that we want to highlight on that side. We have Nidra and then Benedict. They'll look after our DNI. Very exciting programs. They have one of the programs coming up next month. If you've not registered, we have people, places that have been sponsored for people. Get in touch with Nidra and then join in for that. And then we have Abena looking after the YP with support from Duran and then John. So exciting. John was trying to recruit quite a few people to the YP yesterday during the Oil and Gas Chamber Conference. That's exciting. So there's the opportunity for everyone. It depends on where your passion is, where you think you would function properly. You can join more than one or two committees if you think you have the skill set to do that. So speak to any of them. We have Derek, Julian, and then Lisa looking after the comms and media. Derek has some exciting programs coming up and training to help people be able to support their committee. We do a lot of publicity to try and get people on board with us. So their job is very key for that part as well, because we need to be able to share what we are doing and what we do, and then the opportunities for everyone so that people can see us and then be able to come in, and Derek's team looks after that. So if you think you are excited about things like that, reach out to him or Julian or Lisa. Philip looks after the student liaison. So he will be supported by Vincent and Isabella. Very good team. Philip has been with us for a while. He's very good with the students. So he looks after that. We have our own Prof. Amarin. He would look after the academic faculty chair with Stephen. And then for the career guidance and then the outreach, we have Samuel supported by Samuel and then Akosia. So, and then we have the scholarship supported by Dr. Yao and then Sophia. So know your officers, reach out to them if you are excited about joining any of these committees. We'll delve into the committees and some of their mandates and some of the key things that they will be looking at in the course of the year. And then if you during the meeting, you see that, okay, this is where I think I'll function properly, reach out to any of them and then speak to them. They have WhatsApp groups and things like that they engage their members on the side to try and work out the details of what they have planned for the year. So high level, these are the 4 areas I want to look at this year for us as a Ghana section. We've had this meeting with the officers as well. So the officers have all aligned ourselves to what we want to try and achieve. We don't want to try and put too much on our plates so that we get overwhelmed with it. We want to try and keep it as much simple as possible. One of the key parts for us is our financial model. We do get a lot of requests from students. We do get a lot of requests from people to try and help out on certain areas, which included financial support. And for the committee, we always sometimes on the blind side, always wait till the last minute, or when we have programs coming up before we chase up for sponsorship and things like that. We want to get away from that. We want to be at a point where we are self-sufficient as a group, and then we have something that is in our coffers that would put us in a certain position where the likes of having to send people out to Petro Ball and all that, we don't have to go to the companies last minute. We actually have budgets for that. We have support for that from ourselves. So that is one of the biggest mandates for the projects team, the special projects headed by Fifi and his team. So they would look at that with the support from the Treasury. They will talk about what they do later on when we get on that. So that's key for us. We want to leave this tenor with quite some substantial amount of funding in our coffers to hand over to the next group of people, and then we can continue with that because they will work out the strategy and the sustainability of that. One of the big programs we want to look at next year would be the SPE Ghana Annual Career Fair Conference or Student Congress. This is going to be centered around the student groups, universities, the high schools, as well as the young professionals as well. So it's going to be a big event. We're going to try and do it within 2 days. This is going to require a lot of help from all of us. We want to try and reach as many people as we can. We are already in talks with the Ministry of Energy as well. They are doing other programs as well on that side. So we're going to be doing mini stuff in the course of the year, but then the big program would be this 2-day annual student conference. So once we are done from this meeting, we would start working out the details of the people that would be working out this conference, the committee that will look after it. And then they would pull in their members, and then we'll try and get this done. It will be very beautiful. Try and want to help the student body as much as we can. 2 things we want to look at with the MOU. We have one with GHIE, which is working very well. We had a meeting with them. We actually have a program coming up today with them, the collaboration program with them today. We want to try and look at key stakeholders like the Ministry of Education and Energy. And they are big. We want to try and get them to the point where we have a partnership with them rather than us always going to them in the last minute. So we'll work out the details of that. And then the last bit is a physical office. So this is also headed by Fifi's team. So we want to try and get away from having to keep stuff on people's personal laptops and things like that. We want to have a physical office where if there's anything that we need to do, we can go in there, physically do it, get it done, and have a database for everything we need at centralized at one point. And then we'll look into that, even to the point where later on in the future we can take on people, national service along the line, to be heading the office or looking after the office, and then supporting all the officers and the directors as we go along. So those are the key 4 areas, high level, that we're going to be looking at this year, and then from there we'll build on it as we go along. Most of our other programs are still going to stay, but these are some of the key projects we'll be working on this year. So there's an idea tank. Any ideas that you have that you think would help the section, reach out to myself, reach out to any of the officers and share with them, have a talk with them. If it's something that requires us to hand over to Fifi's team, which is a special project, we can do that. One of the key ones that I had a discussion with the oil and gas chamber head and then my own company, Tallow, the social performance. What they want to do is they want to look at what we call oil and gas sensitization training across the country, and then also for non-engineers to try and understand the oil and gas industry. And they want to try and make it big going to, and I already explained to them, we already started that. We already have that, and we have the podcast as well, which is with the career guidance. But they want to go TV, like the suggestion that was made the last time. So they want to go TV level with all the full sponsorship we need. So sometimes when it talks about the sponsorship, you can't go to someone and tell the person, can you give me money to do that? But the person doesn't see any value they are getting out of it. They're just dishing out money to you. And moreover, sometimes they don't even know what you use the money for. People don't want that. So we want to try and get into strategic partnership with all these group of stakeholders where we are offering something like a service to them. And then they look at the funding they can give to us and go like, okay, I'm giving funding to these guys. They're doing something very good with it. And that would help us also try and build our coffers as much as possible, because we don't want to be going back and forth with them all the time about, we're giving money for this and that. So we'll look at that part. So we will look at that with the energy for me and then the lecturing part. So one of the things we want to start off with these three ideas that I want to look at, and also try and drive engagement from the members as well, because a lot of people are there, they go like, I don't even know about some of the SPE programs. I find out late and then it clashes with my timing and all that, so I can't show up. I really want to get involved and all that. These are some of the opportunities we want to offer you. So the energy for me and the lecturing bit, what we want to do is that in the course of the year, maybe once or twice a month, usually on Fridays like this, between this time, lunchtime, we're going to pick a school. It's not going to be one school and all of us go, no. If you are in Kumasi, you are in Accra, Takoradi, Cape Coast, wherever you are, if you're there for holidays or something like that, we'll find a school. We'll go there, talk to them about the energy industry, talk to them about the career options from the high school, university level, all of them, try and cover that scope. And this is something that Ministry of Energy actually wants to do. And we spoke to them the last time and they started it, but then they stopped along the line because they looked at the logistics involved and it was a bit difficult for them. So we told them we have our members spread across. So if they can give us half that funding to do that job, we will do it for them without any issue. So they are very excited about it. And then we would work out the details and then we'll share with the members. So this will be looked after by the career guidance and outreach team as well. And then we'll try and cover as much scope as we can with that and get a lot of member involvement. We're going to make a lot of noise about it. And then we'll get to the point where all the schools will start coming to us and wanting us to come and do these energy for me trainings and then engagement in their schools for them. So that's one of the key things we want to look at to try and drive member engagement on that part. And there's another part as well for the university bit. Some of us have already started visiting, lecturing at some of the universities. Want to get a lot of people on board as well, share your knowledge, come in, take a few courses from the lecturers, share it with the students, come in, if you're off 1 or 2 days, it can be online, it can be in person. So I do both online and in person. The in person is more exciting because you can engage the students as well. So if you're excited about that, you can just join the train. I already do that. Riverson does that. A couple of the guys, Fifi and the rest, a couple of us do that. So you can join us and then we can get that part done. The other bit on the national service, we want to get away from last minute trying to find slot for our members and our key student executives and things like that, or even our normal members across boards when it comes to national service placement. So we're trying to work out an idea where we can have commitment from the companies to have slots for some of our members. So we'll work out the details as we go on in the course of the year on that bit. And then the SPE care, which is now gone back to DNI, we'll try and organize a few more networking events and then hangouts. Doesn't have to be necessarily one of those things where we go like, oh, we are organizing this, then we spend on ourselves. It could be, let's say we go for one of these student visits with the high schools or the universities, talk to them energy for me, that we do that. And then afterwards we go like, okay, let's have a quick networking hangout, engage with each other, find out how each other is doing, because we are in a community. And we want to be able to feel that sense of that community whilst we are there with a student. So for the sustainability part is one of the things we've been doing. The mentorship program is going very well. I've had a few mentors that have now still share, talk all the time, engage them because the people might not need help within a period. Some might need help through lifetime, and you might end up even having business partners in the course of that. So we're looking at that. The Career Guidance looks after that. They have a very strong and tested and proven program. So once we'll start the process pretty soon, so you can join on board or get on board. And please, the mentorship program is not stressful for the mentors. We tend to have quite a lot of mentees, but minimum mentors. And you can take on one or two people if you want, and you can take on more if you can handle that. But please, let's get a lot of the professionals join in and try and help our students because you have no idea how useful it is for them because sometimes just that little guidance is enough for them to kick it running. Another bit that I've tasked the scholarship team with is where most of the time our students, when it's time to apply for schools for their masters and things like that, they have to do it on their own. They go through quite a lot of struggles on that part. We want to get away from that. So Dr. Yao and his team are going to be looking after that. We're going to, because we have a lot of student sections all across the globe, we're going to form very strategic partnerships with them, and then they're going to help out with that, with the scholarship aid, with applications and all that. Since they are there, they can help people. They'll try and I think there was Dr. Stephen that was talking to us the last time. They have other students that share with us opportunities or scholarships that are available that people don't know about within the group, so that we can get people who are excited about furthering their educations and all that sorted out. And the bit on the monthly team building, the Energy for Me initiative that I talked about, it will be good for all of us to be involved. So how it's going to be, like, we're probably going to find maybe one or two schools, maybe in Accra, Kumasi, Chakwai, wherever we are, and then we're going to go there simultaneously. We're not going to do it like this week, this school. No. We're going to do it all together. So wherever all the members are, whether 2-3 people, you go in there, have a chat with the people, engage with each other, and then once we get it going, then it becomes a bigger thing for all of us, so that we can all feel involved. Like, I'm actually in SPE and I'm actually doing something with SPE. So, and then we'll continue with the monthly and then annual recognitions and awards, because all these things, when people are taking out their time to do all these rounds with us and then volunteering with us, they need to be recognized, and we will continue to recognize people. And then it would help also drive other engagement from people who realize, okay, I'm actually making an impact, and they are recognizing the impact I'm making. So we'll look at that as well as we go on that sustainability side. So these are some of the things we want to look at to try and keep SP sustainable long-term enough for us. So the action plan for the year, so James and his team are going to work out a draft Excel sheet program, and this is going to contain all the programs that we're going to have in the course of the year. We want to try and avoid clashes and things like that. So they would have a master sheet. If there's any program plan that are already behind, we'll put it on the sheet, and then it will be shared as we go along. The officers will look after that. And then once the programs are getting close to time, we'll share the details with people so that they will all get involved in it as much as possible. And we're achieving this today. We're having our first town hall. This is to share with us all the plans we have, like I've done earlier on, and then some of the plans that committees have as well for all the members to know, so that we all feel included in SP, not just a low select group on that front. So after this, we're going to meet the board. We're going to share this plan as well with them, try and get their support. And we're going to do all the company visits with Fifi and his team to try and get that strategic partnership bit added to our group, rather than having to go to them in the last minute and all that. And then somewhere next year, Fifi and his team will update us on how we are, where we are with it, how much funding we've been able to secure, and the immediate term and then long term as well. And then we're going to use that to try and drive what plans we have in the coming years as we go on. The student conference, we still have not agreed on the date yet, but tentatively it will be between May, June, July, thereabout. We'll find a good date for that. Philip and his team would find out the student calendar and then a time that would work for us. We don't want to be doing it when they are writing exams. We want to be doing it when they are a bit relaxed and free, so that they can all get involved and they get the opportunity to meet all the companies as much as possible. Around that time, activities will start. need to do some fuel wells drilling and stuff like that. So most companies will be busy, but then they'll want to get that opportunity to also join and meet people, and then try and use the opportunity for the young professionals as well to engage some of the companies and then look at the opportunities they have in terms of employment, and then getting to the end of what guests will do. All these are the high level ones, but we have a lot. So be on the page, get to know what's going on, get involved, and volunteer as much as you can. So the first committee we're going to look at is the membership. So the membership side, they have a few strategies that they are looking at this year. So Yao came up with the slogan for the year. So the membership committee slogan for the year is EBEFA 2024. So they're looking at the retention bit, the attraction, reactivation, and engagement. If you want to join the committee, please, it's free to join a committee. You can volunteer with the committee. If you're passionate about our members and then their welfare and then bringing on more people and all that, this is the place for you. So some of the things they want to do with the retention bit is they want to try and have company champions, kind of like company reps, who are going to be the ones that are going to be sharing information across the members who are in different companies and things like that. So for instance, for Talo like this, I will be doing that, or Lisa, someone that is in the company, would share all the activities within the group so that all the members would be involved as much as possible if they want to. And then they will also look at some of the transition plan for graduates, because basically when you're in school, Chevron and then a couple of the big companies covers your dues. Once you come out of school, you have to pay your dues. So that's where we lose a lot of members. We want to try and help out with that transition. I think after school, you have a 1 year grace period where it's covered, and after that, you have to look after it yourself. The dues is currently $35. James, that's right? $35. Oh, it's Daniel, that's $35, right? For the professional members. Come again?
It's $5, yes.
Yes, okay, good. So that's for the professional members. So we try and also use that bit to help try and find a way to help the professional members as well. Also try and keep their membership active. So if you're looking at joining the committee, that is key on driving that. I've seen that most of the student bodies, one of the student bodies that's done very well with this has been the TTU chapter in Takoradi. I read, and then the UMAD as well. They went around, spoke to all the other departments, spoke to them about SPE. That's a good thing. Those are some of the things we want to do. We, the professional members as well, will do that. And then with the work we do around, we get people coming in, people who are not even in the oil and gas industry coming in. Oh, can I join SPE? I've seen the work you're doing. I'm excited about it and all that. We have the likes of the Rotary group and all those people trying to come to us to help get collaboration with us on some of the events and all that. So that's a way of marketing ourselves. So if you're keen on that, you can join the committee as well, and then we can look at that. So as it stands now, these are the numbers for our membership. For professional membership, we've dropped a bit, as I'm saying. It's the sustainability side. We lose quite a lot of members along the line because of dues and all that. But we want to get away from that. We want to be able to get that bit sorted out. So we have quite a few initiatives in the course of the presentation to give people the opportunity to join in and then be involved as much as possible so that they feel part of a group and not just paying dues and then going away and all that. So kudos to the student membership. We've had quite a substantial increase in the numbers, and this is very good. We want to try and also sustain this group and numbers once they come out of school and transition into the industry, and then give them the opportunity to also continue being members and enjoying the benefit of being SPE members and all that. And I keep saying this and I reiterate everywhere I go, SPE is not just for engineers, it's anyone who finds themselves in the oil and gas space and wants to be part of a group that shares information, that engages with that, that's doing community work and all that to try and help the industry grow as much as we can. This is the place for you. So you can go about spreading that message. This was the last BICE. Was quite exciting for those who missed it. It was quite exciting that way. They the conference itself, the interactions, people were relaxed, they had a good time. We had other countries coming in, we made new friends. I still talk to some of the people I met there. That's very good. So let's keep doing that, and then that would help us as much as possible. So now to the new committee that was set up this tenor. That's the special projects. It's headed by Fifi, and then you have Obed, and then Clement supported him in that group. So their mandate is they are going to be leading the creative and effective projects for SPE, for helping us to get the needed funding we need, the collaboration partnership we need. And one of their main focus is that financial stability and strength of the section. We want to get to the point where we can send our members out to the petrol ball without having to go to the companies because they're already supporting us. We want to be able to sponsor all these student programs that they organize in their schools and for SPE without having to get them chasing sponsorships from all the companies by themselves and then leave everything all over the place. We want to try and centralize it. So Fifi and his team will look after that, and then they've already hit the ground running. Their project plan has already been put in place. They are still working out the details. There will be a lot of stakeholder engagement, and then they would be going through all the necessary partnership that they need to get that part done. The MOUs, the partnerships, the collaborations, all that will be done. So how can you help? There's a lot you can do to help. You can suggest some of the special projects you want us to do. You can suggest the connections we need, the right people to talk to. You could open the door for us to enter the places we need to enter. And that is what the special project is all about. And if you're passionate about that, then that growth and that sustainability, our funding bed, you want us to be self-sufficient like other countries are, and not Ghana always chasing our tails while we have programs. And now, even at this point, there are certain programs we've done and we still need to pay certain bills, and we are now chasing people for money and all that. We want to get away from that. So that's the mandate of the special project. So Fifi has something to say to us. Fifi, you have the floor now. Just a minute to talk to us about what you want to talk to us about, how people can help us with the special projects committee.
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. But I think Derek the section chair has touched on the mandate and actually what we'll be doing. But this is a very important information, especially since we are professionals in the industry. I mean, we want to deal with this, or we want to contact these companies, not just by just walking through the doors one day and they will ask us, who are you, that kind of. So we want to actually do this with you. And when I say with you, with everyone on this call and with every SPE member, which is, we want you to be the link for us to enter the company. So we actually need a contact person for each company that will help us be able to connect with each company. We do have some of them, especially some of our board members who are already heading some companies or managing directors, but still, we will still need an individual, one of our professionals, one of our members, to actually do any follow-up if there need to be. So if you know of any company, or if you are working with any company that we want SPE to partner with them, please contact us, myself, or the deputies, or you can also reach Derek as well. You continue to inform us about it. Let us know, and we will start drafting the necessary documentation. If there needs to be a meeting, we'll come in for a meeting to start the negotiations, as Derek has already outlined, which will actually end with an MOU between SPE and the company in question. And these are going to be on a case-by-case basis. We don't have like a one-fit-all sort of proposal. It's going to be on a case-by-case basis based on how the discussion goes and how the company also, what the company also requires from us to be able to draft a very nice MOU. Thank you, Derek.
No, thank you, Fifi. So that's great. So this is on our hearts. We want to try and get to that point where we are self-sufficient as a group and be strong enough to help all the people that we want to help. And obviously for the student members, you know how difficult it is to try and get funding from the mother group, as well as going to the companies and all that. We want to centralize that. So if you have any excellent or brilliant ideas or any idea that you think would help, you don't have to be worried about it. Share with Fifi and his team, and then they'll work out the details, and then we'll pick it up from there on that part. So going on, programs, James team. So James team, they are the ones that look after all the programs we do. They organize it. They make sure it's done as it's supposed to be. They reach out to the right people. They set up the venues. They set up the plays, all that. So everything that involves any program for us goes through that team. So if you're someone who is very good with organizing, who's very good with reaching out to people, setting up meetings, getting things done, this is the place for you. So if you want to join and reach out to James, they do the SPE talk. We do the quarterly workshop. We do the Monday ones, the distinguished lecture series, social events and all that. The programs team looks after that. So they are like our event organizers, let me put it that way. So if you are passionate about that, join that, reach out to James. It's important that everything that we do as a committee goes through them, because in that case, they can centralize everything. So we don't have people having 2-3 programs crashing at a time and all that. No, we want to have everybody enjoying the committee they're in or the group they're in, or be involved where they are. So they would coordinate everything, and then they will speak to the right people on that part as well. They help out with our local and international collaborations as well. So if you're passionate about this, we're calling for volunteers. Join James, reach out to James and Alex and then the rest, and then get involved with them. So they look after all our programs, part and all that. We have some exciting activities coming up this year. So in the course of the year, we'll share that with you. They keep a master document of all our activities. So if you want to get involved, reach out to them, or if there's any program you want to organize or any suggestion you have on a program, speak to them. They will send you to the right committee. We'll get it all organized and built. So Nidra and his team also look after the Diversity and Inclusion Committee. So basically, for the cultural inclusion, they want to create that awareness and celebrate diversity. We're all different. There's a saying that not all hands are the same, all fingers are the same. We're all different. They try and help everyone to be included in what we do as a SPE or as a larger group. And they enhance that diversity through the mentorship programs that they have. You know, a lot of people go like, "Oh, it's diversity and inclusion for just females." No, it's not. It's for everybody. We are all different. So if you want to help out with that, joining one of the big programs we have next month is the whole October group for breast cancer awareness, and then all that. They have a program lined up. We'll share it later on. They have a couple of sessions for their members and then their committee and all that for all of us, so that we all feel included in it. So one of the big things they want to look at in the future will be their policies and practices. They want to be able to engage the policymakers and then try and help with some of the big topics that is going on, the pay gap, biases and stuff like that. It's far-fetched, but they're looking at it. So they're doing exciting programs for the year and for our group. The SPE Care also sits under them now. So all these networking events that we have to do, all this volunteering where we might probably have to go to children's homes, or if there's issues with, let's say the last time we had the flood, we all came in together and then donated and supported. These are some of the things that we look at from that. So Nidra and his team will be looking at that. So if you want to join, please reach out to Nidra and the team, or reach out to any of us. We'll direct you to that place. And it's one of the groups that we are very passionate about, because we all want to be involved and included in what we do. So join them, speak to them, and then we will do that. The other bit is the career guidance. So their mandate basically is to help with the career guidance and progression, both for the students and then the professionals, young professionals, the whole professionals as a whole. We have a set of very excellent mentors who would guide you. We have people even on the side that would try and come in and help you on what to do next. I speak to quite a lot of people on what to do next after school or stuff like that. They look after that. So we have one of their main activities, the e-mentoring program, where they pair the mentors with the mentees. Please join in. People have worked for a bit, you have a bit of experience. Once you're out of school and you're working for a year or two, you have a bit of experience. You can pick some of the students under your wing, talk to them, speak to them about career guidance, speak to them about courses, their programs, how life is after school, things like that, to try and ease off the part for people that are coming behind you. And by doing that, you feel very included in helping the group of people that we have. So that's what a career guidance looks after. So they have a lot of programs they offer. They are also the ones that do the energy for me and the podcast. We'll try and expand it to the TV side as well as the oil and gas chamber people want to do with some of the companies and try and sensitize people on that. So they look after that. So if you're passionate about that, like I'm very passionate about this. So this was one of the committees that was set up by Riverson and then Sheena 2 years ago. And I looked after it for a bit. And then now we have Sam, me looking after it. And then Sam is supported by Akosia and then Samel. So reach out to them if you want to volunteer and then help out in this bit of the career guidance and all that. The students love it. We've helped so many people. Most of the people I've mentored are now become like family, as I was saying earlier on, speak to them on a daily basis. And sometimes because of our work, it's difficult to reach us and all that. But when we get the time, we speak to them, we help them. And you have no idea how much just a little conversation you have with someone can transform the person's life. You can leave a mark on the person, you can guide the person as simple as possible. It doesn't have to be any rocket science kind of thing. People just need guidance sometimes, or they need reassurance in terms of their careers and choices they have to make. And that is where we come in as leaders in the industry. So please, we are calling out for mentors. Join in, help people. Let's try and pair you. The areas that you want to help people with, you can tell us, we'll pair you with the people that you can help in those areas. It doesn't take much of your time, which a lot of people have a misconception about. It doesn't take much of your time on that bit. So you can join in with them. So speak to Samuel or Samel or Akosia on this, and then they would help you. We organize a few other training programs as well, like data science or graphic design, things like that. They do that on the side to help our members. If people want to learn about other stuff or other skills, they look after that. Now to Yao's team. So Yao and his team look after scholarship. Him and Sophia look after this group. What we're trying to do with this group is to move to the point where the SPE Ghana session can actually also sponsor people locally. If we're able to get very good funding from Fifi's team and all that, we can go international with that. We can go big in that, but we have to start with baby steps. So they look after that. One of the assignments I've given them for this year is what I talked about earlier on, to try and form collaborations with other student chapters in other universities in the world, so they can use that to try and guide or help members to secure scholarship and then help with school applications and things like that, which will be good. I want to take this opportunity to thank Atu Edu and then Henry Adom Mao. They've set up 2 scholarships in their name. So they're going to be supporting a couple of students, a couple of people in school. And I want to take this opportunity to clap for them and then say thank you for this. This is brilliant. It's opened up for everyone. If you think that you have the resources to help other people, let us know. Scholarship will be set up in your name, and Yao, Sophia and his team, their team will look after it. They are going to work out the modalities for the fund receipts and then disbursement on that part. And then we're going to be looking after, they have other exciting offers as well, like the GMPC scholarship bit, try and get certain slots for us as well. So this is excellent. And Yao and Sophia are looking after that. And then I joined in their meeting the last time, and I was very excited about some of the plans they have. And this is what they'll be looking after. So if you're passionate about that and you can actually help people in securing scholarship, there are people that are actually very good at this. And please join this committee and let's help ourselves, because that's why we are here. We are like a family, and we want to help ourselves as much as possible on that part. Now to Abina's team. So Abina looks after the YP. So the YP is members aged 35 or younger. So Sheena and the rest, we are out. But please, we are still young at heart, so we are all part. Fifi is an old man, so he's also part. He's not part of the young, but we're all part of the young professionals, irrespective of our age. But this is the age group we are trying to look at and try and help. They tend to help out with guidance on the group that are usually transiting from school or coming into the work environment. Sometimes when you get into a work environment, you are a bit confused on how to go about some of the the plays in the office politics. The young professional groups offers you that home to be able to interact with your peers who are going through that, share ideas, engage with each other. They host technical sections, networking sections. They spotlight young YPs, people who are doing brilliant work in SPE and then in their professions as well. And it will be good to get all our members who are age 35 or younger involved. And then we, the OGs, and myself, and then Sheena and the rest will also be supporting as we go on. But we're all young in this group, so they organize the buys and then the networking event. I think it was this year. Being part of this year was excellent. I really enjoyed myself. So these are some of the opportunities for you. We actually have a program coming up on Monday. They've collaborated with the Uganda team, and they're going to talk about sustainability, the energy transition. We're going to talk about a bit on data science and topics like that. So please join if you're going to be sharing the activities across the year. James and his team will consolidate all that, and then we'll keep sharing them as we go. So if you're passionate about this, please volunteer and join in and help out, and then let's get that part moving as well. So now to the comms and then the media team. So that's looked after by Derek and then Lisa and then Julian. They are our guys that sell us. They sell us. They market us. They tell people the good work we do. So looking at their current reach, the last meeting we had with them, they shared with us that we have quite a strong presence, especially on LinkedIn and then Facebook. And then we are pushing to try and get a lot on Instagram and then X, Twitter, former Twitter as well. We have the Energy Bars, which is the podcast. We have our brochures. We also have our GPT, which is our annual magazine, and things like that. They look after that. So if you are passionate about writing, passionate about communication, engaging people, graphic designing, because a lot of these flyers that we send out for all our events, they design it. We don't give it to any third party. They design it. So if you're passionate about it, because there are some people that are very good at these things, please join the team and then let's get involved and then on that. So Derek and his team have about 7 goals they want to look at in the course of the year. Reach out to Derek, speak to him, get more understanding on these goals and then what the media and the comms team have to do. And then if you want to be involved and then want help, they want to get in, they want to train a lot of graphic designers in the course of the year, so that when we get to the part where there are programs coming up and we need to share flyers, they are not centralized. They can share with everybody, get it done, they review it, is good. So we get a lot of people experiencing that part of the work as well. Because adding some of these skills to your skill set is brilliant. It will come in handy later on in the future. So they look at Derek and his team look at that. So please join them if you want to. They have quite a lot of work they do to market us, and it's key that we share the good work that we are doing so that people understand and then want to be part of what we do. So Philip's team, the student liaison, they look after all the student engagement. I spoke to him earlier on today. All students, executives, there's a list of the executives that need to join this group. Join this group, all student chapters, because all the information that sometimes sits with the mother group is shared to your team through the student liaison committee as well. And they are going to be involved heavily in next year's major event, which is the annual student congress. They're going to be heavily involved in it. It's for you. This program is for you. So if you're part of the student liaison and you want to help out, you want to help with organization and things that you want to help with going to the secondary schools, doing the energy for me or your student body, get connected to the professional membership group as a large and all that, the student liaison group helps with that. They kind of serve as the linkage between your team and the mother group. So Philip and his team looks after that. So if you need you have any concerns, you have anything that you want to do as a student body, and you want the mother group to be involved or the mother group to help, speak to Philip and his team, reach out to them, talk to them. They already have the guidance on how things are done. They would help you in that part as well. So we have Professor Murray's team as well, the academia team. They also oversee the involvements of the universities with us as well. They also help with how the university body fits into the bigger SPE group and how we can help them and help the students. And this is some of the areas where the likes of myself, Riverside, Fifi, and we go to the schools and then we lecture. They see the gaps. They know where the gaps can be filled from. They reach out to us. We do that. They also have, in the course of the year, organized programs for the students. One of the good programs they do is the good paper writing and abstracts. They put people to training. We want students have excellent projects. Your project doesn't have to sit on the shelf of the school. You can write a good paper and an abstract on it. You present it at the annual SPE conference. And we get to the point where Fifi's team are able to get us the excellent funding we need. We send you out there to go and present to the whole world the good work you've done. Professor Murray's team looks after that. So they help out with that. Once you're coming out of school as well, they help with how to prepare your CV, the cover letters, and all that. We want to help every group as much as possible. And we don't want to, no one has to be left out as you're part of the mother group. So Professor Amarin and then Dr. Stephen, they look after this aspect of SPE. So all those concerns you have with academia part, and you want professional members to come in and then lecture, you want professional members to come and cover certain topics that you feel like your lecturers might need a bit of help with industry experience, speak to them, and then they would come and speak to us. Okay. So the Secretariat, they support myself and the whole officer group. All our communications, all our stakeholder engagements, anything that goes out of SPE officially to anybody has to go through the Secretariat, please, because we want to keep official documentation centralized so that if there's anything that comes up in the future, we know that it came from us. We've recorded it. We have documentations on it, because we want to try and stop fraudulent activities and people using letterheads to do things that they're not supposed to do. So the Secretariat does that. So if you need anything done on that bit, speak to them. And that's the reason why Fifi's team is working hard to try and by the end of this year, we get ourselves a fiscal office where we will have everything centralized at one place. So when you are looking for support letters or sponsorship letters or letters when you are going for your conferences and things like that, you come and see the Secretariats. We document it. We send the support letter, all that, to try and help our members reach out to the world wherever they want to go and all that. The Secretariat team looks after that. So if you need any help or anything with that, speak to them and join the Secretariat. If you want to help out as well, join them. Leo, Dorothy, the rest, speak to them about it. They look after the Secretariat, and every official letter goes through them. Don't send out letters on SPE letterheads without any of us knowing about it. Go through the Secretariats. If it needs to be done and we think we can do it from our side, they would reach out to us. We'll sit down and we'll send proper records out. So their plan for the year, they have a few things they want to do. They would try and create checklists to the committees to meet in terms of help you need from them. So before you go to them, you have the checklist, you've checked, make sure everything is good. They're going to have trainings as well for the student chapters, all the other committees as well, to know what to do, when to do what, how to reach out to the Secretariat if you need to do anything official. So FIFA's team, anything that goes out from outside to the companies has to go through the Secretariats, and they need to keep a record of everything so that we have everything centralized as much as possible. So Leo, Dorothy, and his team members would look at that and all that. They also track our minutes, this meeting and all that we have, and they would put out the minutes and everything and then share with the member groups and all that as well. They have a few things to standardize our letters and then try and get all this letter support that, for instance, if the students want to go to visit a company, they reach out to the Secretariats, we draft out the letter, we get the key people signing out, we are aware of it, we send it, we help out and all that. The Secretariat has to be involved. So even if you're going through your student liaison, Philip and his team, the Secretariat has to know that you are going to these trips. We can support with the letters and then the engagement from our side so that everything is well documented, so we stop any fraudulent activities in the organization. So these are the key committees. In the course of it, if you found any of them that was interesting to you, please reach out to the officers, speak to them, ask someone, where can I volunteer? What can I do? I know some people might not necessarily walk up to you directly and so, but they will speak to somebody, oh, I want to do this. Please link the person to the right person. Let us get them involved in that part as well. So these are the committees. These are some of the exciting activities we might have in the course of the year. The flyers and everything are going to go out later on in the course in the period. James and his team will draft out Excel sheet with all the programs for the year. We'll share them in the course of the year. If you have any exciting programs, reach out to us, speak to us. We would point you in the right direction. We want to make SPE very engaging this year. We want to all get involved. We want to get to the point where someone goes like, oh, they organized this program and I wasn't aware of it. No, we want to go away from that. So please, let's all get involved as much as we can. So now we are at this point, we're going to be giving ourselves some few minutes. Ask any questions you want, any comments, anything you want to talk about, anything we've spoken about that you need clarifications on. We have all the committee chairs and deputies on the call. Someone will pick it up and then they will explain it to you as we go. So Samuel, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Section Chair Derek Luce, FFA. Yeah, appreciate the clarity and the overview that you've given us. So as the Section Chair indicated, I want to ask, if you have any questions, please do ask them. Okay, Clement, please go ahead. Any questions, any contributions, please feel free.
All right, thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you very much, Derek. Very good presentation. So basically, this is just a suggestion or a contribution to the Phillips Group. All right, so basically, last year we're trying to extend the membership for SPE, all right, where currently SPE does not involve the senior high schools and then the junior high schools as a chapter, all right? We don't have anything like that. So I believe if you really want to grow, if you really want the people to experience what SPE is really about, you have to start from the basic level, all right? The basic level here are the JHS schools, the SHS schools. They are willing to have a chapter, but how are we going to do about it? So initially, the main plan was to get these schools that are interested in having a chapter on their campus. We get the current schools chapters that we have, like the likes of the KNUST, the UNE, the All Nations, the TTU, all right? And then we register these schools under the guidance of this KNUST and then the chapters that already exist, all right? So if that thing can be initiated, it's really, really, really going to help a lot, because you are going to get a lot of involvement from these SHS schools that are really going to appreciate, and it's going to be very easy for us to coordinate such programs. And then instead of beginning university and now starting registering as a member, all right, so before you even get to the university level, you are already a member of SPE for about 3 years. That is, if you are joining the membership right from Form 1. Okay, so I believe this thing can be looked at, and then let's see how best it can be incorporated. It's something I really, really want to achieve this, and I believe your team is very capable to initiate this. There's so many schools who are interested, so let's get them on board and then let's keep moving. All right, thank you very much.
Okay, excellent. Fifi made a point in the officers group. Fifi, can you raise your point here to try and help Clement's point he just raised?
I'm Clement. So you see, SPE is working with SPE is an international body, as we all know, right? And then basically, initially it was for professionals, and they have to come down maybe to the student level, and they came with the student chapters. What I am thinking is that we can form something like energy clubs or energy societies in the secondary school, but not an SPE chapter per se, so that we can, as we are using this energy for me activities with the SHS, we can roll it through such clubs or such societies in the SHS, so that when they get to the university stage, then they can then become a chapter.
Okay. Okay, good point. So do you want to take up that project?
Derek, come again.
To the career guidance. Since the career guidance will be looking after the energy for me.
No, I think as he suggested, no, we can still run it through the student chapters, but they won't
Okay.
be called SPE chapters. The SHS will not be SPE chapters.
Exactly.
But they will have
I
a
want us to
chapter
run-
to take care of them. So we can run it through probably the student liaison, so that they run it through their activities. But then we can have some names like energy clubs or those kind of things. Because I know there are a lot of names in the secondary schools or clubs in the secondary schools that they call
Okay.
them that. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. We'll take it offline. We'll take the note. Samuel, please take the note, and then we'll look at it. Over to you.
Definitely well noted. Thank you. I think Clement has a quick response to that. Please go ahead, Clement.
Yes. Concerning the energy clubs that we are talking about, right? I've gotten a lot of feedback about this. Some schools have a lot of clubs, and then they are not willing to add another. All right. That's why I was trying to suggest if we can run them under the universities, as you clearly stated. But we should find ways and means in which we are going to incorporate that. Instead of calling it, when you call it an energy club, to them, they might refuse that offer because I've had that particular encounter. So let's just see how best we can move around this and then make it work. All right. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So take the notes, Samuel. We'll work out the details offline, and then we'll pick it from there. But very good suggestion. Thank you.
Well noted. Thank you very much, Clement. Thank you for that response. If you could engage on that. Please, any other questions? So there's a quick question. James, this would be to you, whether people that joined in would be able to have access to the recording. Okay, he's given a quick response to that. That would be, can be able to see the playback on the YouTube channel. Right, that's fine. Please, any other questions? Anyone?
Dorothy had a point. Dorothy, can you raise your point for all of us so that we are all aware?
Dorothy?
Yes, please, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Over to you.
Okay. So I want to speak on the SPGPT, and so that is just we want all the committees to help us to make the process very easy, such that they put together reports after every program or event they have, so that when it's time for us to work on the magazine, it's easy to collect the write-ups as well. And we would appreciate if each committee could have some people dedicated for putting together this report as well. And then we would also like people who are interested in writing, who love writing, to also reach out to me personally so that they could join us, work together on the next edition of the magazine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dorothy. The GPT is Ghana Petroleum Times. That's the almanac of the SPE Ghana section, where we highlight the activities that the SPE Ghana section undergoes or that carried out over a period, a year. And as she rightly said, if anyone is interested, designing, writing, contributing one way or the other, please feel free to reach out to her. Dorothy, which medium would you prefer they reach out to you through, please, or on?
WhatsApp or call would you?
Okay, great. Would you mind sharing your WhatsApp contact? You're probably in the members group, since that if you could probably engage, and if that's fine by you, to put the message across again in the members group and share your contact so people could reach out, if that's fine.
Sure. Yes, I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you. That's okay. Okay, there's a question. So there's a quick question in there. Okay. Okay, there are suggestions. So I'd simply read the suggestions as and when they come in. So there's a suggestion that says that I think most people are certain of their career path, usually at the third year, or it's not really a point, at the third year of secondary school or at the university level. It would be best to mentor students at the junior level through clubs until then. Derek, I don't know if you want to handle this, or I should make a quick point on that, on this
Yeah,
point.
you can make a quick point.
Okay, great. So thank you very much for that suggestion, Charlene. I hope I pronounced the name rightly. It's about mentoring students at the junior level through clubs. So I'll take it in two sections. So one is the mentorship separate from the clubs, and two is using clubs as a way to mentor the students. This session that we've had today, one thing is that it's an overview of the activities of the various committees. The young professionals team or the committee in the elaborate plans, there is a goal to mentor students, people at the very basic level. They have such a plan in place. So that's something that they have in mind. But that's simply about the mentorship, giving them on the spot mentorship. In terms of the clubs, that's something that we've addressed. We would have to look at it, as Fifi mentioned. We operate by principles, we operate by laws. That's it. And as much as their suggestions we have are noble, we get there, we understand the grand goal, which is to have a ways to which people at the junior high level or senior high and senior high school level benefit from what SPE stands for. Would Jojo would see how we could enable that to be realized, whether it's a club, whether it's simple activities, other activities, we'll work around that. I don't know if that satisfactorily addresses your point, or if Boss Derek would want to have a bite at this.
No, that covers it. That covers it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then there's the next point. That's from Albert, that he's an economics and industrial organization student at UMatt and would like to know if it's appropriate for him to join our society, given that it is focused on engineering. Okay. I'm Albert, thanks for putting this question across. I'm sure it's probably, Derek would probably have to say this for the umpteenth time, that although the name says SP, that Society of Petroleum Engineers, permit us to say that that's not a reflection. The name is not a reflection of the people that make up the society. It's actually, as people such as Dr. Robertson Pon have called it, the Society of Petroleum Experts. Okay, so in as much as you have, if you have interest in the energy industry, and there's a wide range. Economics, we have energy economists. Dr. Robertson Pon himself is an economist of global repute. Okay, so you could join it. It's appropriate for you to join the society. It's not focused only on engineering. I don't know if there's any points that you'd probably want to make, Derek. Or
No, that's it. So it's as I always say, if you think you're going to be finding yourself in oil and gas or the energy space, SPE is for you. We're a community that can help you, guide you, give you the needed linkage with all the people in the industry that can help you advance your career and all that. You don't necessarily have to be an engineer. You just have to work in the oil and gas space. And Samuel, I think Imelda has a hand up for a while now. So.
Oh, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please go ahead. My apologies. Engaging.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, I heard everything that you said, but I want to make a suggestion. With the committees, could we have a document stating all the committees and then what they are into, so that we paste it on the WhatsApp page, and then whoever is interested will go through it, think about it, and then know exactly which committee they want to join. Because after listening to all this, I think I've actually pinpoint about 4 that I want to join at once. But I don't know. I'm into PR, bilingual secretariatship, HR, and organizing, all those things. So at this point, I actually don't know which one I want to join at the point. So kindly do that. If you can do it a document form and paste it on the WhatsApp page, it will help.
Excellent. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. So committee chairs, this is over to you. What we would need from you is, if you can do, maybe it's just like a 1-pager. So with your committee, the committee head, and then the members, and then what we do as the committee. So I think Derek has his hand up. Samuel, over to you.
Yes, but before that, thank you for that. Before that, I know Dr. Stephen Ajay had his hand up. Or no? Okay, Derek, please, over to you.
I had my hand up, but
all right, thank you very much. I think
Please
the suggestion that was just made is appropriate, and because of that, I think that after the committee, after the various committees have put together what they do, I mean, we are going to put them together, and then we are going to create a special form for everybody who is interested in any committee at all to apply to that committee. We did that last year, so we can repeat the same. We can repeat it this year. So we just put all what the committees do together, and then we provide a link on the page where people can just go and then apply to the committees that they are interested in. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek.
Okay, I get you, but can one person join like 2 committees, or is not done?
Yeah.
Well, for that, I think that it has to be decided by the officers.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if you have the ability to volunteer across different boards, why not? If it helps you, excited about it, please do. But don't overwhelm yourself with a lot of
Okay.
just
All right. Sure. Thank you.
More careful on which ones. Just take the ones you're good at and it's easy to do and join them.
Okay.
I personally, because of where I sit, I literally by default I'm in all the committees. So I get to know whatever is going on, and then when I can help, I can help because it's part of my mandate. So if you think you have the capacity to do that, why not? But try and manage it because you want it to be exciting, not overwhelming. If it overwhelms you, it will shut you down. Okay.
All right, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. So there's the other hand, Eric. Could you kindly go ahead, Engineer Eric? And then afterwards, we could see Dr. Stephen A. Jacob try again. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. I hope you can hear me. Thank you very much for the presentation, Derek. My question is concerning the renewal of membership dues by our various organizations. I don't know if the Secretariat issues letters to members or to the organizations in which we work with for them and letting them know that the amount, maybe the bank account details, and then the amount due be paid by its members, or individuals are supposed to facilitate that themselves. I want to know how it's done because I'm a member of the Institution of Engineers. Every year, the Secretariat sends a letter to me or to me, and then I do a memo and I attach the letter from the Secretariat to my organization, and they make payments to them, to the bank directly. So I want to know how that works.
Excellent. Okay. No, that's good. So I think for yours is different from how we do it at Tallow. So what we do at Tallow is we are allowed to make the payment ourselves, and then we concur it. But then in the future, what we want to do is we want to get all the members under one belt, and then we know everybody paid member, and then we're going to send it to HR, and then HR is going to disperse the money. So yes, it's something we can look at with the companies. Can we speak on the side so that we can work out the details? Yao and then Daniel, let's have a quick chat with Dr. Engineer Eric afterwards, and then let's work out some of the details on this because we want to get to that point where, because most companies like to cover the dues for its members or its employees, and we want to be able to get to that point where we can do that. James, do you want to touch on this as well? Because I think I spoke to you on it, so you have a bit more details on it. Is James on the call? Or he's dropped off?
Yes, I'm on. So I think there are 2 ways to go about this, right? Either the bulk system or the individual system, right? So the individual system, I mean, you can pay and then you reclaim from your company, or let your company pay directly to them through the bulk system, right? So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 your company, right, you can come together and then issue a bulk payment directly to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I think that Engineer Derek was asking. So let me give this work to you and Yao and the rest. Let's put together a 1 or 2 pager on how we can do this, because I got asked in Tallow the last time myself and from a few people, and I think I spoke to you about it extensively. So it's a bit confusing on that side. Can you sensitize us on it for those of us who are in big companies? That I've seen that some of the J has put on on the bulk payment with Ghana Gas, so that we can also go that part with companies that have a lot of its members in there, and then we can get that bit done as well.
So yeah, we can pick it up from here after.
Yes, please, let's do. Yeah, over to you, Samuel.
All right, great, thank you. So we do have 6 more minutes for questions. My boss, Dr. Stephen J, please, are you on?
Yes, I hope I'm clear now. Really battling with the internet.
Perfect.
My question on scholarships. I knew last year. I knew about the scholarship committee. I don't know how it operates. I don't know whether they have a periodic. They have some periods that they announce scholarships for students to apply. I don't know whether someone has ever won a scholarship. I have zero idea on the process, advertisement, because I had some students who were really struggling, and I was lost on the scholarship process. I mean, for SPE coming in, can you brief us about the scholarship? Will there be announcement? Do we have to rather come and say that the scholarships are available? What is the whole process?
Okay. Sophia, are you on the call? I think Yao said you were going to.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Sophia will take that.
Thank you very much. Doug, as you're aware, the scholarship is a new committee that was set up last year. We are still in the preparatory stage. We have been able to secure some distinguished personalities have volunteered, if I should use that word, to sponsor some of our students. The modalities are being firmed up. So as it stands now, the scholarship hasn't started running. The modalities are being firmed up, and we are hoping that before the end of this year, we can now roll out the scholarship fully. We are also looking at getting some corporate
Thank you very much for the
scholarship as well. So further information will be provided when it is ready. Thank you.
Thank you. And Sophia, I don't know if I may add a word on the scholarship committee with your kind permission.
Please do.
Great. So in terms of for graduate school applications, the scholarship committee currently partners with the Career Guidance and Outreach Committee for, still in session, the inaugural graduate school mentorship program, where they've paired a good number of people with people that have expertise in the graduate school application process. So it's something that is up and running on that level as well. They're helping them with graduate school applications. That's just by the way. Okay. So there's a question from Nimatu as to how they could get a mentor. Okay, so that's a Career Guidance and Outreach Committee. Nimatu would roll out the next cohort of the e-mentoring program. Once the publicity is done, you'd have access to that. You'd simply have to apply. There will be a link that will be provided. You fill out your details and do the pairing, look at the match in terms of your interests and getting a good fit or pair. And then you do get a mentor as a result of that. Okay, and there's a final question from Nimatu again that says that the SPE covers student dues until graduation and for 1 year afterward. However, not all graduates secure employment immediately after their national service, which may affect their ability to continue paying dues. In such cases, does this mean the students must leave the SPE? I don't know if there's anyone on the membership committee that may want to handle this one. Or if Derek, you would want to.
Yes. So when you are doing your national service, I think at that point, SP covers your dues for that period right after school, a year after school. And her question was on paying the dues after. No, you don't have to leave SPE. You are still part of SPE. The issue is the employment bid where you cannot pay your dues and all that. So you see the reason why we are pushing to get a lot of proper funding from our companies to make our SPE a bigger place in terms of financial sustainability or financial strength, because we should be able to cover some of these group of students or this group of fresh graduates till they secure work for a period, or even link them up to work and all that. So no, you don't have to leave SPE. The only problem would be that you would have your membership elapse. And if your membership elapse, once you are ready to renew it, then you go through the renewal and then get that bit sorted out. Sometimes the renewal allows you to pay the dues for the period in which you missed it, so you can have it reinstated, or you can start over again and then be a new SPE member, even though you're already the member. But then the bit about the longevity of your membership is it gives you certain benefits after a certain number of years and all that. But that the idea is you will not leave. You would have to find work later on and then try and get your membership renewed and all that. But you can still be involved and enjoy the benefits as we go on until that bit is sorted out. So no, you don't leave SPE. I think James, you want to touch on that a bit more?
Yes. So if you are out of employment, right, there is a program by SPE International where you can just send an email to them, right? Justify how, or inform them that you are out of employment, and then your membership will be automatically renewed for you, right? So it is possible. So once you've enjoyed membership till a certain point and you are out of employment, just write to them at service@spe.org. They'll respond to you and then they'll continue your membership for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, James. So we have time
Hello,
for
Samuel.
just one more question.
Hello,
Sorry.
Samuel.
Yeah,
This
please
is
go ahead.
Daniel. If I may
Daniel,
add a
please go
little
ahead.
to the points that were raised regarding addressing the membership after national service. So currently
Perfect,
the
please do.
membership committee is working on rolling out an initiative where we are going to partner with the energy companies to roll out a pool sponsorship package for those who are unemployed and those who are unable to renew their membership by themselves. So plans are underway currently concerning how we are going to roll out that initiative. So we are hoping that once that is done, we'll be able to solicit for some funds and be able to sponsor the young professionals who are currently out of employment.
Spot on. Thank you very much for that, Daniel. And there's a comment from Sheena as well that signing 5 new professional members gives you 1 free year of membership. Hope that is helpful.
Yes, it does. It does. It does. Like the way Riverson got his award this week. He is a centenary or something. So basically, he signed on 100 professional members, so he has a lifetime membership. So the more if you sign 5 people on, you're able to get 5 people to join, and then they reference your membership as you are the one who talked to them about SPE, and then they joined. You get 1 year free membership. So it's a way. So the incentives to try and go around it. Everything is a system. You can always beat the system. So that's one of the ways to beat the system. But no, if your membership elapsed, you're not working. You've not left SPE. Your membership will just elapse. You're still part of us. Get involved with us. Do all the stuff you need to do. Once you get to the point where you can be able to make the payment, then you can start doing that. But Fifi's team has a big job. If they're able to pull this through for us, we should be in that position to be able to cover certain bits of this in the future. Fifi, your work is big.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek.
Yes, go
Hello?
on. Your work is. Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I'm in between like 2 meetings.
Yeah. Now I'm saying that
Leo,
I was talking
or the one leading can help keep note of some for me.
Yeah, no, I was just talking to answering Nimatu's question on the lapse membership, and then how whether you are off the membership like SPN or like nah. But if we get to a point where the SPE Ghana section is self-sufficient, we should be able to cover some of these things. And then I was telling them that the work you have assigned to you is really big.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. And I think I typed something on the message side, but maybe I can say it here that the partnership which you are looking at, we're not looking at only EMP, oil and gas companies, or oil and gas service companies. We will do banking, auditing bodies, financial institutions, any company that you think we can work with or anybody works with, they should let us know and we'll approach them. So don't think you have to work at TALU or GMPC or ENI or whatever it is before you can talk to us. We are open. Even the power institutions, all those people, we are open to them, everyone.
Thank you for that, Fifi. And in relation to that, there's a point from Angola to Edu that it's best to engage the company's media regarding funding once the MOUs are signed to allow them to include it in their budgets in their next year's budget. That's way it's not difficult for them to give the necessary support. So that's something that would be the projects team could keep in mind.
So
Okay.
I think it's a good point. We've noted it, and we've already started talking to some people. So the whole thing will have to start like sort of unofficial before it comes to the paperwork. So there has to be that discussions, verbal discussions, let me call it that, verbal discussions before we come to draft, putting things on the paper before the signature. So as I said, we've started talking to some, and as I said, we are still open to the others as well.
Thank you. So we are through with this part. I've just mentioned one point. Albert, the point you raised about being an economics student and your possibility of you joining SPE. So Ivan Zamponsa says you should kindly contact him. He has his contacts in the chat box, that he's the membership chair of UMAT, the UMAT student chapter. So he could help you out with it. So hopefully you could engage him on that as well. Great. And the absence of any, I don't know if any other points, anyone has a question or any other points they may want to put across. If not, then over to you, section chair.
Yeah, thank you, Samuel. If you have any other questions or any other suggestions or anything you want to point out to us, reach out to any of us directly through the group or anywhere, and then we will deal with it and all that. So the last bit we want to touch on is the upcoming activities. So we have one technical meeting this evening around 5. It will be done by Joseph Pongo, our offshore fields manager. So he's going to talk to us about oil and gas subsea construction and installation. And this is one of our MOUs we signed with GHIE, Ghana Institute of Engineering, and then SPE. So this is one of our technical. So we'll be having these every month. At the end of every last Friday of every month, we'll collaborate with them to have some of these presentations. So if you have a topic that you want to present and you are very excited about, reach out to James or myself, and then we would link you to the group. And then the topics could be your own topic, and then you can share with a wider group, not just SPE, but with the Ghana Institute of Engineers as well. And then we can all do that. I was talking about it earlier on. The Rotary Club has also reached out to me. They want to talk about oil and gas stuff, and then they want some of our members to talk to them about it. So if you're interested in that, let me know. We'll give you that opportunity as well. Abena and her team, the young professionals, they also have a webinar on Monday. That will be 6 in the evening. Abena, is this 6 p.m. our time or 6 p.m. plus 3 hours GMT, which is which? So they'll talk on bridging the gap in incorporating digital transformation and energy transition technologies into oil and gas. So we'll have engineer Juan. I work with Juan in Talo, a very good hand. We have Dr. Yen as well. He's the head of department for petroleum engineering at KNUST. And then we have Dr. Victoria. She's the founder of NEM Energy. And then we have Mickey. He's one of our application specialists with Talo. So they'll talk about the service for the young professional. Any of us can join. That's Monday at 6 p.m. Okay, so it's 6 p.m. GMT. I'm a bit confused on the time. So I mean, if you are there, please let us know the exact which of them is the correct time for that, whether it's 6 p.m. or GMT plus 3 or which, so we can join. And then the first one of the so it's 6 p.m. GMT. Okay, good. Okay, thank you, Doran. So, and then the other one coming up is on Saturday, not tomorrow, the following Saturday, is in person. So this is the breast cancer walk, 5K walk or run. If you have the heart to run, you can run. If you don't have the heart, like some of us will walk. As on Saturday, a lot of us have registered. It's 200 cities to register. A lot of us have also sponsored a few people. So reach out to Nidra and the team if you want to get a slot for participation. And Nidra, are you on the call? Do we still have slots for people who want to join? Who from DNI is on the team, is on the call? Okay, reach out to them in the group as well and find out if there's still slot, sponsor slot for those who cannot be able to make the payment for the 200 cities but still want to be heavily involved in it. So these are the ones that are coming up immediately. There are a lot of them that are going to be happening in the course of the year. As I said earlier on, James and his team will look after that, and then they will share with us as we go along. They would reach out to some of us on what we can do. If you think you can present something on a topic, you want to share something, or you want to have a technical section and all that, we'll reach out to some of you to try and find us technical people. We'll also, if you're also willing to do it on your own, or you are passionate about the topic you want to share with any of the groups, let us know, and then we'll get you aligned with that as well. So that will be for that bit. And then the last part, Sheena or Riverson, do you have some closing words for us before we bring the meeting to a close?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Derek, and the rest of the team. I mean, you've said everything. We just want to encourage all members to fully participate in all our activities, because you cannot be on the sidelines and then expect to fully benefit of the things that SPE Ghana is doing. So the more you get involved, the more you see what benefits there are for you. And then you also tend to develop your soft skills along the way. So we just encourage all members to get involved, and that's the only way we can see the section keep growing. So yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you so much, Derek, and the rest of the officers.
Oh, thank you, Sheena. Do we have Riverson on? I saw that you posted something. I can't see the people on the call. He's our new African regional director, so he's flying the Ghana flag high. Okay, I think he might have dropped off. So thank you, everyone. We really appreciate your time with us. We have all this. Okay, there's a last comment from Big Chris before I should have said, please, I want to know if I can get your contact, the number I can reach out to get the documentation for the committee rules after it's done. Okay. Chris, just reach out to any of us after the call, and then we'll... Okay. So thank you, everyone. We have all very exciting programs for the year. As Sheena said, please get involved, especially what we want to do with the energy for me going to the secondary schools and the universities, simultaneously across which locations we are. And once we get that running, we'll be using that as a pilot project to try and get the support we need from the Ministry of Energy as well. They're excited about it, and then other companies as well, so that we can use that to drive FIFI's team and the project they're doing to try and get the funding for us as well. We want to push our speed further to the next level, and then we want all of us to be heavily involved. Please, the volunteering is free. You just contact any of the officers. I'll put the officers flyer on the... Reach out to any of the officers, speak to them about what you want, where you want to join, what you want to join, what your passion is, and then we will get you aligned in the right direction. And thank you very much, everyone, for taking the time to join us and listening to us. We appreciate it. Have a lovely weekend, and then looking forward to meeting you guys up at the technical session with GHI tonight, and then the other programs will be going through in the course of the year. Have a lovely day, and then enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you too.